Welcome to Rick's Diecast Racing, home of the Comet Raceway. We are. Hold on a second, folks. Sorry. Hello.
You sure are having a great season so far.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Who is this?
Oh, come on now. You know who this is. This is Buddy Ray.
What do you want? I'm trying to put on a show here, and you are interrupting?
Are you ready to give out the Comet Raceway?
I'm not giving up nothing. I will find a way to beat you one way or another. I guarantee you that.
You won't win in court. You know we have ourselves a good lawyer.
I don't care if you went out and got O.J. Simpson's dream team.
We outgot us, Sal Batman. We be bad. He always be breaking us out of our trouble.
Listen, man, I've got to go. I've got a race to run. So, goodbye.
Hey, I'm not done talking.
Alright, sorry about that, folks. Once again, as you can see, the Foobar family is interrupting our program. So let's get on to meeting our first four cars, and let's get on to some fantastic racing.
Lobster tail, Nibbles, Pimp Daddy, Red Wine. Starting us off tonight, it's going to be Lobster Tail on the inside, Nibbles on the out up front. In the back, we'll have Pimp Daddy on the inside, Red Wine on the out. We are racing. And it's going to be Lobster Tail and Nibbles battling it out, coming down here to that first set of straight. And now you got Lobster Tail taking the lead right here. Coming down in here, drifter straight. Lobster Tail's getting a little bit further out as all four cars still seem to be in it, which is a good deal. As they come down here to the end, it is going to be Lobster Tail, and it's going to be a close finish. Oh, what an ending! Already with our first replay of the night. Watch Red Wine come flying up here, gets up underneath the Nibbles, driving him all the way to the finish line as he frees it. It's going to be Lobster Tail, then Pimp Daddy, then Nibbles, and then Red Wine as Nibbles gets carried all the way through the finish line and beyond with a heck of a ride. One race in and we've already had one heck of a finish. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen the rest of the way as these cars seem to really want to be battling it out so far. We are racing! And it's Nibbles out to a bit of a lead right before we hit that first set of turns. He pulls out a little bit further there over Pimpin'. Uh-oh. Nibbles has put a block in there on Pimpin', and they've slid way down. Everybody's catching up. Oh, and there goes Pimpin'. No one said Pimpin' was easy. As we come down here into that final stretch, it looks like it's gonna be Nibbles, Lobster, and then Red Wine. Some rough racing so far as we head into round number 3 of this first heat of the night. We are racing! And it's Pimp Daddy out there nicely coming down that first straightaway. Kind of a surprise to see him out that far out ahead. And he's being challenged now by Red Wine. And Red Wine gets a little sloppy coming down that drifter straight. Down to that final straight they go. Looks like it's going to stay that way. It's going to be Pimpin', Red Wine, Lobster, Nibbles.
Okay, let's head back up to the top.
And a bit of a shocker, it's Red Wine that really needs a first place finish here. And some help to get in there into that bonus round. We are racing. It's Lobster Tail out to the lead first straightaway, and you got Red Wine falling in right behind him, trying to push him. And now Red Wine is falling further back here as Lobster Tail has really got it moving on. I want some Red Lobster. Sounds good. Down here to the bottom we go. It's going to be Lobster Tail, Red Wine, Nibbles, and Pimp Daddy. Well, it's going to be Lobster Tail and Nibbles moving on to the bonus rounds this week. That's kind of a shocker. I wasn't expecting to see Nibbles or Pimp in there. I figured it'd be Red Wine easily. But instead, we're going to have a race-off between Pimp and Daddy and Red Wine. Head-to-head, best 2 out of 3 is we'll have Red Wine on the inside and Pimp Daddy on the out. We are racing. And it's Red Wine out to a lead down that first straightaway. This should be an easy matchup for him. As he come down here, look like Pimp Daddy got a little sideways up there on that killer straight. And look at this big lead here by Red Wine as Pimp Daddy is making his way down the track, but it's going to be an easy matchup. Red Wine's going to go up 1-0 over Pimp Daddy.
Okay, let's head back up to the top.
Pimp Daddy sits on the inside, and this is a must-win situation for him if he wants to join us in our next race. We are racing. Nice neck and neck coming out of that first gate. It's the only gate. Coming down here into Armageddon corner they go. It's going to be Red Wine with a big lead. Coming down here into that final set of straights. It looks like it is going to be Red Wine will be rejoining us in our next event. Gum. Bean. Frenzy. Streak. Starting us off in our second heat. Up front, we're going to have Gump on the inside, Bean on the out. In the back, we have Frenzy on the inside, the Streak on the out. We are racing. It's a nice group coming down that first straightaway, led by Bean. No, now it's being led by Gump. As Gump's got a fast car, he's going to be a hard car to catch out front there. As we come down here to that final straight, they're all going. But look, Bean does catch him and passes him. It's going to be Bean, Gump, Streak, Frenzy. We had two passes down that final stretch. The first one being the most shocking. Look at Bean. Comes just flying through there. Takes over first place from Gump. Puts in a block on him. And rides that all the way to the finish line to take first place. But right here, you got the Streak that came streaking by and took over third place from Frenzy as he goes on to take on third. What a nice set of races to kick off heat number 2, folks. If that first race of this second heat was any indication of how the action is going to go, wow, watch out, folks. We're in for an exciting show. We are racing. This Frenzy out to a bit of a lead down that first stretch. And now Bean takes over first place as we come down here into that killer straight. Frenzy retakes over the lead. We had two passes right there, and here comes Gump making his way from third place. And Bean gets a little sideways coming down here into that final stretch. Bean gets sideways again. Oh, holy cow, he gets flipped over on his lid. It's going to be close. It's going to be Bean, Gump, Streak, Frenzy. Count them, 3 lead changes that last race. Holy cow, folks. Let's get back to the action as this is super exciting. We are racing. And this Frenzy out to a bit of a lead. No, you got the Streak taking over the lead. And here comes Gump trying to make a move for second, but he gets spun around. He gets it corrected now as they go down here. You got the Streak down into that final set of turns. They got a huge lead as the other 3 cars are now trolling in behind him. Down to that final stretch we go. It is going to be the Streak with an easy victory, but it's going to be close at the end, followed up by Frenzy, Bean, Gump. And yet another highlight to show you. You got Frenzy and Gump battling it out, but look at Bean come flying in at the last second to take a third place finish. Some more great driving here, folks. Well, what a great group of racing we've had here, as it is going to be Bean moving on to the bonus rounds this week, but lots of questions still to answer here in his fourth and final race of heat number 2. We are racing. Streak out to a fast lead coming down that first straightaway, and he's being challenged up by Bean, who's having a hot run this time. Oh, and look at Gump there taking over second place, and yet we have another pass, folks. What an exciting group of racing we've had here as we come down to that final stretch. It is going to be Streak, Gump, Bean, Frenzy.
Sidekick approved.
It's going to be the Bean and the Streak joining Lobster Tail and Nibbles in the bonus rounds this week. As Gump will be back next week. I'm surprised he's not in the bonus round. He's such a fast car. And poor Frenzy has now been eliminated. Let's get ready for some bonus racing action. Starting us off in our bonus rounds tonight, it's going to be Lobster Tail on the inside, Bean on the out up front, in the back row, the Streak on the inside, Nibbles on the out. We are racing, and it's Lobster Tail trying to battle it out there with Bean, and Bean is just putting in a block. He's a blocking machine tonight. As he slows everybody down, the battle's going to be for second place back there as Bean has really got it going on down there way out front, so he's going to take this one easily if he can keep it on the track. As we come down here to that final stretch, oh, there goes Bean putting in a slide and block. It's going to be Bean, Lobster, Streak, Nibbles. Alright, folks, we're going to watch another replay here tonight. See if you guys see what I see here. Watch Bean. He's got a nice, smooth, easy-going run. And right here, watch, he's going to put it into a power slide. It's almost like he's trying to block the finish line and trying to prevent anybody else from getting these crucial bonus points, but then bam! Well, one bonus race down, and already we got some controversy going on here at the Comet Raceway. Seems to be a common theme here at the Comet Raceway with certain people being around. We are racing! And it's going to be Bean taking the lead over the Streak right there. Streak's trying to make a move down there on that killer straight. He cannot do it. Oh, looky, here comes Lobster Tail making a move up there for second place. He's battling it out. Then the Streak putting in the block this time. As I come down here, I'm going to get second place if I can. It's going to be Bean, Streak, Lobster Tail, Nibbles.
Okay, let's head back up to the top.
And it's Bean dominating the bonus points thus far as we head to round number 3. We are racing! It's a nice little tight group coming down to that first set of turns, and they're banging and banging down into that killer stretch. Armageddon corner coming up here as you've got, oh, looky there, the Streak was slowed way down, gets ran from behind. Nibbles falls off that last set of turns. That's in there and being Streak, Lobster Tail, and then Bean. It looks like Nibbles is just trying to get a little nibble of bonus points here as we head on to that fourth and final round of the night. We are racing, and it's Nibbles out to a bit of a lead coming down to that first set of straights, and there goes the Streak putting in a block on Bean. Bean deserves it after some of the stuff he's pulled here tonight. As we come down here, it's actually Nibbles out front, which is kind of a bit of a surprise. Maybe he does want to take a full bite, not just a nibble. As we come down here to the end, it is going to be Nibbles, Lobster, Streak, and then Bean. Here's how our bonus points played out tonight. All in all, not a bad group after Nibbles ended up with a first place finish in that last race. You had Bean with 13, Streak with 12, Lobster with 11, and Nibbles got his 7. We need to kind of catch our breath after that second group of racing we had, but right now let's find out who tonight's big winner is. We had 2 big winners tonight. We had Bean and the Streak. Both tonight's big winners. Let's check out those points. Really tight in that top 3 is the Streak and Bean both with 27, Lobster Tail with 26, Nibbles with 17, Gump with 10, Pimp Daddy with 9, Red Wine with 9, and Frenzy with 6. Both Pimp Daddy and Frenzy have been eliminated. Well, we've now reached the halfway point. You can see how our overall leaderboard stands. This is our top 8 as of right now, but there's still lots of cars to join us and lots of racing action left to go. And tonight showed us what kind of racing action we have to look forward to. Look out, folks! Well, we hope you all were entertained tonight as much as we were entertained putting this show on. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us, and all of you who make this channel possible that you see here on the screen. Until next time, happy racing!